for you to, even when you use this equation, unless you have precise way of determining the sine function and cosine function, it will not be possible for you. So that actually necessitated them to come up with sine tables for more and more accurate values of sines. Okay, so I'm sure some of the professors here, like me, would have used only sine tables. Like some Clark's table book will be there. So abhi to wo sab nahi, so tuck, press a button and you will get. But what is behind, what does that button do? So that not many of us understand. So even when you use packages, that's what I tell my students. When you use a certain software, you try to understand what goes behind that. Then you will be able to handle it much better, so rather than using it as a black box. So this sine, so they developed some interesting ways of remembering the sine table. Say like our multiplication table, वो sine table भी contest किया जाएगा. Okay, so you just memorize that and you will be able to invoke. Okay, so there is a systematic way and beautiful way of doing, and the earlier Siddhantas themselves give these values. See that it is r by 2, root of r by 2 and root 3 by 2 r. These 4 values. Once you know these values, then you will be able to construct the entire sine table. Let me tell you. All that is required is you need to know how to find square root and how to find square. If you know these two, then you can construct the entire sine table. That is what has been done in the ancient texts. And there are interesting verses which you will find even in Aryabhatiya. So Aryabhatiya, as I told you, is a 5th century text. So he gives you a certain nice geometrical method by which you can construct your own sine table. See, this is a very, very instructive, I must tell you, that people do not really understand how the sine value comes. So you know only sine x is equal to x minus x cube by 3 factorial. That you study when you are doing bachelors. But later if I ask you what is the series for sine function, that also they don't remember precisely. So this devices, they use that. But there is a much more interesting way of understanding sine function and how it is related to geometry. So that is something which I find extremely instructive. Okay, so though I did in the regular stream, so mathematics, theoretical physics and so on and so forth, when I read some of them, I find it really fascinating and very, very instructive. So we have some geometrical method and we have this is what it is. So as I was mentioning earlier, the equation which struck our David Mumford was this equation. See, so this delta here represents this first order sine difference, so, and difference of two first order sine differences is essentially second order sine difference. In the right hand side, what do you find? J. J is jya. Jya is sine. So now the second order sine difference is essentially d square y by dx square in its continuous form, and that is same as this. So that is what it is. So this is what he meant by the in the discrete form, differential equation in the discrete form. So this is what is given by Aryabhata. And how does he give the numerical value? He gives in the form of verse. Maki, bhaki, phaki, dhaki, naki, nyaki. Okay, so this is the verse which gives you all the sign differences. Okay, so that is in one verse. A verse contest ho gaya, sign table ho gaya, man mein. Okay, so this is how Aryabhata presents. Of course, later astronomers present in a different way, and we also have another interesting rational approximation. These are all remarkable discoveries, let me tell you, in those periods. Okay, so when the entire world was using only tables, you find Indians giving you a analytic relation by which you will be able to determine sine function. Okay, so this is what one means by the peak of mathematics, right? Golden age. So in those dates, around those periods, these are some remarkable relations. Okay.